Hey my friends, how's it going? Today's tea is Egyptian licorice. Hey my friends, welcome to our 5th installment of getting ready for Warhammer the Old World. We're going to be working on our Night Goblins today. Hey, thanks for watching and liking. If you can, please subscribe. I really appreciate you guys coming. Hey my Warhammer friends, I'm really trying to keep up with my promises of doing a video a week. And basically, I'm ahead of the curve because our first video came out 2 weeks ago. So I'm very excited, friends. So, first, I had these old cans of primer, my friends. So this guy's from 2007, and this is 2013. I have 2 cans of this. It still sounds really good. I actually tested it on some sprues, and it works fine. Thank goodness, my friends. It should, because this stuff was 15 bucks a can, you know. So, I'm covered for the primer, okay? So I made sure I tested it first, because the last thing you would want is to be working all this time on these models and have them get ruined from bad primer. Okay. Let me take a drink, my friends. Okay. Now, I still have not been able to get my hands on a rule book yet. Unfortunately, it's still out of stock. Our local game store posted in their Discord that they have paints back in stock, so probably next paycheck I'll go buy some paints. I got a bag of paints down on here on the floor. I need to go through and make sure, see what's good, what's not. I know for a fact the metallics are going to be no good. So those I'll have to replace. You know, I got some washes, I got some regular paints, but I know the metallics, they're going to be no good because they always dry up. So I've been reading the book, my friends, and so it's going to be really nice. Since these guys don't have, they're not impetuous, which means I won't break my line. Yes, I am dealing with the lower leadership, but there's ways around it. So I just got to decide. How do I want to go about it? You know, do I want to try to win by killing things? Is it going to be combat resolution? Since I'm, you know, now the nice thing about it is my characters are like super inexpensive, you know. So so it's not going to be a problem, you know. With hold on, because I'm going to bring a Night All Goblin army, my friends. So basically, you know, with hand whip and shields, you know. We're talking 3 points a pop for these guys. That's pretty cheap, you know. 4 if I go spears or 4 if I go bows. Man, that's cheap. And then, you know, and then for my characters, you know, oh god, I mean, it's like they're almost free. It's like they're almost free. I mean, hold on, let me get to my section. I had it marked as a ribbon. I should mark it. Yeah, you got to figure my Lord level character at 55, and then my regular boss at 30 is ridiculously cheap. I mean, they can carry more magic items than I can buy them for. So basically, what my plan is to have my fighting rank be either 7 or 6 wide, so I can get those attacks in. And then basically, it's going to be characters, my friends. I'll be spamming cheap combat characters, so that's why I really wanted to focus on the hand weapon shields as a unit that my general is going to go in. So I really want to go combat, you know, with magic support. So basically, I'm thinking, you know, a mob of hand weapon shields. You know, definitely going to have fanatics and netters. I'm thinking some squid hoppers for some self. You know, basically, the only thing that's going to have impetuous is going to be my crazy squigs, which I won't be playing at the moment because I don't have a legal size unit yet. You know, my friends, I know in my videos I kept pulling models and models out, but I know I got another box. Because I can't find my Savage Orcs. I can't find the named character who that came in the white Citadel box. It's the big giant Night Goblin with the big, you know, the big giant K-Squig, you know. Snarsnick and Gaba, I think is who it was. Yeah, I know I have another box. I know it's crazy. I got more stuff, my friends. I got more stuff. So, I'm going to find it. And then we'll watch it. And we'll open it up together. So, long story short, or actually, let's start the story. Take your breath, Ernie. Hey, I hope you guys are having a great time. I'm excited. I can't wait. So, I've been watching different videos. on Night Goblins, Old World stuff, and pretty much we're kind of coming to us Gobble players to the same kind of a list. Squid Hoppers, Fanatics, that's a given. Cheap characters. We're lucky. We don't really have. The only thing I'm going to have, pardon me, a limit on is going to be a Magic Standard. I can only have one Magic Standard per 1,000 points. And so that's not going to be too bad. I got Shamans, so I got my Skull Pass guys. So what I'll be doing is I'll be cutting off the tops and putting on new bits, okay? But we're not focusing on the characters, we're focusing on troops. So, now, the Night Goblins that came in this box right here, and these guys are ready to glue, okay? So these guys are hand shields and weapons. I got 20 of these. These guys are ready to glue on bases now. So we're going to be doing that. And also these guys, I've been doing my weapon swaps, okay? So I've been using bits from these hammers are from the Empire Knight set. It's the guys that have the hammers and the cloaks that look like the Vikings, okay? I've also been using sprues from the zombies and the zombie box, and also the Empire Militia box, which I saw going on YouTube for $225. Can you believe that? Crazy, man. I wish I had that box. I bid that out. I made zombies out of that. I made zombie pirates. Back when they had the zombie pirate campaign, that was back in 6th edition, which I never got a chance to play, but I still made them for my army. Okay, so what I have here, my friends, is I have the shield arms, I have my weapon swap arms, everything's ready to glue together, okay? Pardon me. And our last, I'm sorry, my friends, I have like a heart issue thing where I just have troubles, and I do that a lot. I'll be coughing a lot, and I really apologize, and it's just something I have to learn to live with now. So I have a heart issue, my friends. That's why I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, because I had to go down to 4 days a week. And I'm just hoping that extra little bit of ad money will help pay your utility bill. Okay, but I'm sorry to bring that up. It's all about the Night Goblins, my friend. Not about me, but about our Goblin armies. I'm so sorry. Just real life gets in there. Okay, so what I've been doing, my friends, is I've been taking the spears. Hold on, let me show you. So I've been taking the spears, and then basically I've been cutting them off. So I take the spear, I cut the top off, I leave a little bit on the bottom, and you can see here's the results. So for example, watch, here's a good one. Let me get the axe. So you can see it looks really good. Just let it focus. There you go. See, look how nice that looks. So you can see the end of the spear is the end of the handle. So I just got to make sure I pick weapons that have like a short staff on it. So I got that guy here. Now here's a guy holding the hammer. This looks pretty good. That was a little harder, but yeah, you can kind of see it looks pretty neat. Now it's going to be nice because it's going to give me some weapon choices that I normally wouldn't have, but since it's hand weapon shield, it only counts as my strength, and so it's, I don't have anything that counts as a great weapon, so it won't be confusing, but it just makes my army a little different. And that's what's great about bits, my friend. So basically what I do is I take the weapon. Well, here's a good example right here. Watch, let me show you. So this guy is going to be a spear, and hold on. So this is a zombie arm, my friends. This is the zombie arm that's holding like the piece of wood, okay? It's a great looking bit. It has some nice wood grain on it, okay? So now what I did is I take the spear hand. Okay, there's the spear hand again. Okay, so as you can see, I have the staff cut, and then my hole is already in the hand already. Well, can you see that? No, you can't see that. I'm sorry, my friends. Yeah, there's a hole there. It's hard to see, but it's there. And so now I have my weapon all trimmed down and ready to go. So all I will be doing is just be dabbing some glue in and getting that ready to go. So we're going to do this one first. So I thought last time when I tried to do this on stream, I only got like 1 or 2 guys done. And so I thought ahead, and I want to maximize our time together, so everything's ready to go, like a cooking show. It's all ready in my little trays. Now the other day I was putting something together. I dropped it. I couldn't find it. I'm looking all over for it, and it was on my leg because I had glue on it, so it was stuck to my pants, you know. So luckily I was able to pull it off. It was like one of the little weapons. I was gluing his hand. I was gluing the hand. I was gluing the arm on. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is first we're gonna glue on these arms, set them aside, and while they're drying, we'll be gluing these guys to their bases, and then we have to glue on the shield arms still. And I was hoping to be able to prime and start priming stuff tomorrow, but right now, as we're recording, it's starting to have sleet. We're going to get snow. So we're going to get some snow, you know, so which means I won't be able to spray any primer for a couple of days, but I'm hoping by the next video that we'll actually be painting and getting these guys ready to the table. I was talking to my best friend Jessie, and we're like itching to get to the gaming tables, but we're not ready yet. Now, my best friend Jessie, which has Bretonians, will be playing her Legacy Lizardman army, okay? And because she can't get the Bretonian book that has, so so in our area of the world here, it's been all about the books, trying to get the books, my friends. Okay, so here we go. We want to make sure that we face it where it looks good. So this is my chance to adjust it and turn it. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to keep it like that right there. Okay, just make sure. And the thing about this is, and now it's not, now some of these bits, the staff and the weapon aren't going to line up perfectly because some of the hands are a little offset. But, you know, once it's on the table and painted up, man, you're not really going to notice, you know. But you'll notice it's a different weapon. Now, the bottom of the staff is all smooth in this wood grain. So what I'll do is before I paint it, I'll take an X-Acto knife and I'll scratch some wood grain and I'll rough it up. Okay, so there's one right there. So boom. So this guy is going to be ready to go. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have for these guys right here. Same thing. It's all the same way. I got a hole, you know. I got the weapon. Now this hammer was really nice because the hammer has a little lip on get into focus. There you go. Yeah, it's trying, my friend. There it goes. But yeah, it's gonna fit in really nice. Now since now this one I had to flatten a little bit to make an adjustment for the thumb. Now this one's not gonna line up so straight, but again you're not gonna notice, you know, because it's tiny. It's on the table. It's part of a unit. Now, if it was a character model, I would try to make it work, you know, because that's going to be, you know, you're going to get more focus on your character models. But this guy's just a basic troop. Not to diminish his role in the army, but, you know, I'm going to have a lot of Night Goblins. See? So, you know, you got to have a line to draw. Now, this one, I got to make sure it's facing forward. Give it a little, you know, so I'll just give it a little turn. Yeah. Now most of these fit kind of snug, so there you go. That's gonna look perfect, my friend. And I made sure that it fit with a little lip of the hammer. Now that one was a tricky one because that was this one. Watch, hold on. That was the hammer off of. I know I have an extra one. See, that was off of this arm. So I had a lot of shoulder to cut off. And I had a lot of X-Acto knife sculpting. Because what I do is I shave off the hand. I make a shaft on the bottom. I drill a hole. It's not too bad. Now I'm using an X-Acto knife for that right now. Because I can't find my pin drill. I don't want to buy a new one. Because once I do, I'll find it. But right now, the X-Acto knife is sufficient. Because I'm only working on plastic models. Now once I start working on metal models, I need the pin drill. Because I'll actually need a build jet. This will be useless on metal models. This won't do any good. But for plastic, this is the perfect tool. Okay, so now we got this guy ready to go. And here we're going to put him. Okay. So I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 guys. Now, to glue their arms on, then this unit's pretty much done, with the exception of this guy here, which I'm turning into a character. So I'm going to give him 2 hand weapons. So now, the funny thing is, my friends, is now on this set, they gave you some spears in the opposite arm, so that way your banner guy could be carrying a spear. Okay, now now that's gonna be perfect. So when I make this guy having 2 hand weapons, now I have a right and a left arm. So I'll do the same thing. I'll cut this weapon off. I'll give him another weapon. Now the funny part about this is I was looking closely at it. All they did, my friend, was take their right hand. You can't really see it, but if you look, the thumb's on the bottom. So when they sculpted that, they just flipped the fist and put it on a different arm. So instead of sculpting a whole new hand for this, they just took the other hand and flipped it upside down. Which is, you're not going to notice. You're not going to, but you can see it when I get the proper hand. Because look, see, watch, you can kind of see it. Because that little part of the thumb is like straight up. So you can see one's out, So yeah, I don't blame the sculptor for doing that. It saved him time, Because you're only going to use that one arm for the standard bearer. But I'm glad to have it, and no one's going to notice the hands upside down. No one's going to notice, because I'll basically make sure you can't. All right. Okay, here we go. And it's the same thing. I got these all ready to go. Got them all ready to go. Got them all sized out. I kind of looked at, I tried to cut them the same length on this so they would match up. Pardon me, so they would look natural. I can't wait to paint these guys. So now my wife, my wonderful wife, who's supportive of my hobby, she teases me. She calls them my dollies, but she doesn't mind. Now this is the tricky one to line up because it's a longer weapon. Okay. I got so much time. Now I'm using a gel super glue, which gives me a little more extra time to wiggle it around. But then again, that's the pro. The con is I have to hold it a little longer till it sets. Okay, that looks crooked from that end. Hold on. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, that looks fairly straight. Now, I'll have to hold this. Now, unlike these other 2 weapons that were shorter, this is a little longer than that, I didn't want to cut this one any lower because this one has a cool detail, has like this cool little bracket on the end, I didn't want to lose that. It's like a little metal sleeve on the base, so I didn't want to lose that detail. So I had to keep this weapon a little longer than the weapon on that stick, So, but you're not going to notice it's a little longer. Just hold it for like another second. It should be about there. Yeah, it's about there. There's my last little wiggle. That looks fairly straight. Yeah, because I got to make it line up to that bottom staff part. Okay, that's going to be good. I still can't lay it down. I used to have this spray where I'd spray it on it, and it would make the super glue tighten up right away. But that's way dried up, and you can't even buy it anymore. Okay, that's going to be good now. I can safely lay it down now. It's not going to move around. Okay, there's another guy ready to go. Nice, nice, nice. I'm loving it, my friends. I'm so glad Fantasy came back. Now, oh yeah, let's talk about my wife. So she likes to call these guys my dollies. Now, she's only seen them put together. So when she came in the other day, I was cutting stuff off the sprue, and she had no idea that you had to glue all this stuff together. She just thought it came like this, and I had to paint it. And I was like, oh, I wish, So yeah. So, now she's been very supportive of my hobby, which is really nice. Now, I remember back in 8th edition, I was complaining about how I had to lose all the time, right? And my army wasn't that strong. It was like, she go, just go buy another army, honey. Buy one that wins, okay? So, of course, my wife had no idea how much Warhammer cost, right? Now, my buddies at the game store was saying, oh man, you should have bought a whole new army. She gave you the green light. Now, of course, those guys were single guys and not married. Okay, now, I could have done that and said, God, honey, you said I can have it. But then that would have made her like mad about Warhammer all the time. So I told her how cute it was and showed her how expensive it was and told her about the hobby and how I try to save money by kit bashing and all that. So she's okay with it as long as I keep it to a budget, you know. So all these models that you've seen, this is years and years of buying, my friends. You know, this isn't like I in one time. I've been very frugal with my purchases. It was 8th edition where I picked up the most, my friend. After 8th drop and people didn't like it, I was buying stuff for pennies on the dollar, my friend. I was buying stuff still sealed in boxes, cheaper than retail. So that's why I ended up with a lot, okay? And then, when the end times came and they blew up the world, my friends were hurt. You know, you can't blame them. You know, they grew up with this game. And I got more stuff for like pennies on the dollar or outright free. So that's how I ended up with so much stuff. I don't have the money. I mean, I'm not the guy. I mean, of course, I've been a manager on all my jobs, okay? But this is the first time I haven't been a manager. That's because of my health. I had to step down. But even though I've been a manager, I've never bought and stuffed all crazy, you know. I've always been the guy who's bought and used models, bought and bits. You know, I find that kind of the fun part of the hobby. For me, my friend, I love putting this stuff together. I love the kit bashing. This is a little harder one to get straight because it's a shorter handle. But man, it looks awesome when the Night Goblin guys are holding an axe. Okay, I got one little more wiggle. Now this one, I made the holes a little tighter. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's going to look good when he's holding it. See, and it's nice because you can't really, once it's painted, you're not going to be able to tell that wasn't the weapon that came with the hand. Not even at all. It's going to be nice. Just got to hold it for a little bit, my friend. Now on these ones, you can see I cut it off the hand that was holding it. Now these on the end of the axe are these cool little ringlets. You can see how they have like a little ring. Okay, let me get it where you can see. There's actually a little ring on the end. Now I got 2 of these now. Now I wasn't going to try to attach it to this because they would just break off. But I might attach these to something else, like they're holding rope or something. So I'll be keeping this bit for that little end. So I got 2 of those, so I can attach it to, like, you know, I don't know, the end of the flag, have like skulls hanging off, and they can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. So man, bits, dude, it's all about the bits. See, that's what's great about the old models when they gave you all these multi-parts, man, because you would just have a ton of bits left over. Now all this stuff that's monopose, you don't get the bits, my friend. You might get a couple of cool little, you know, little like decorating bits, but man, but you don't end up with a pile of arms. You know, so, okay, this is safe. I can lay this down safely now. Okay, that's this guy right here. All right, cool, my friends. We're making some progress. I'm loving it. How are we doing for time? Hey, it's been 23 minutes. We're getting a lot more done. I want to keep this to an hour. God, I'm so sorry. Pardon me. All right. We got 3 more guys. 3 more guys. 3 more weapons. Okay. Got ourselves another axe. And again, you know, what I'll do is I'll take a, now these ones are short handled. I'm not going to worry about scratching the end to make it look rough like this, because you're not even going to see it. The longer ones, yes. Okay, there we go. Now the glue I used to love to work with, they don't make anymore. I used to make a Gorilla Glue that had like rubber in it, you know, in the formula. And it was perfect for metal models. It was a little more flexible. It didn't break. Okay. So we're looking at how the thumb and the hand lines up. So that's why you got to make sure the weapon lines up. You know, not by where the side looks, but how it lines up with the thumb and the hand. Because then that way, if you line it up that way, it's going to look more real. because your mind subconsciously sees it, that's how you hold it. So, give that a little turn. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Hold this for a second. But yep. Now these guys came with these cool, they came with the netters, right? Now the netters are a great value at 20 points. Now it used to be where they used to stack, but now they don't stack anymore. So you just get like one try, bam. That's how I'm reading the rules, okay? Because it says it's not cumulative like it used to be. Because before, I would have 1 or 2 netters, and I would, -1, do the minuses. Now the great thing about netters, they're 20 points. So before combat starts, I get to roll, and if it's 2 through 6, then that means the opposing force is a -1 strength, okay? Now if I roll a 1, that means the Night Goblin unit that contains the netter is at a -1 strength. But that's pretty good. You got to figure, 2 through 6, that's 5 chances of succeeding. That's pretty good. Now the thing that's great about that is, now that unit who has a net on them is -1 no matter who they fight. So say for example, if I got a unit of Night Goblins throwing a net, and then I got my Squid Hoppers over here on their flank, when they fight the Squid Hoppers, they're also fighting them at a -1. So what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 netters in the unit on the back row, because since they don't have to be on the front, it just got to be in the unit. So I put them in the back row, and then when I position them, I'll put them on a slight angle so they're looking to the side, okay? So I'll put these guys, instead of doing straight like this, I'll have them at an angle like they're throwing off the side of the unit. And then, and so that'll look kind of cool. So now the reason why I'm bringing that up is I had an extra net. They gave you 3 netters in this set, okay? Now I found one of these guys, and they actually fit like halfway decent, my friend. And so I'll be able to have a netter. I had to test them all, but I finally found one that fits on. So it fits on this guy pretty good, and he's pretty good because I have 3 of these netters. So now I'll have 2 netters for 3 units. So I'll have a total of 6 netters. And they'll be in scale. So I'll have netters in scale for the Skull Pass guys. I'll have netters in scale for these bigger troops. So I'm all set. And it doesn't matter if the netters are bigger than the other models, because since they're netters and they have to throw nets, they're tough and big. So they're like greenskins. They're not all the same size. It's not a big deal. Okay, but before we get this guy on, we got a couple mold lines to scrape. Now, my friends, X-Acto knife safety is essential. Now, if you see, when I'm not using this, that's how I store it, okay? Now, you're going to see, my friend, I'm very lax and comfortable, and I hold this like a pen, okay? I was a professional picture framer for 28 years, and this was my essential tools. So, now, you see me handling this like it doesn't mean nothing to me, but I've been holding this tool for like, a third of my work life, my friend. So, this is like almost like an extension of my hand. So, I can handle it safely without thinking about it. So, please be very careful with an X-Acto knife. Now, this X-Acto blade is not brand new. It's semi-dull. And so, this blade, my friend, is mostly for taking off the seams, okay? And that's all I use it for. So, what I did is I took a brand new blade and I scraped on a sprue until I dulled this off. Now, this is still sharp, but not as sharp as it used to be. It'll still cut the crap out of you, so be careful, And the tip is pretty sharp because I'm using it for drilling. But this is pretty much, now you got to be very careful of using an X-Acto knife to take off your mold lines, because you can actually take off some details, because my friend, it's pretty sharp. Even with it being dulled down, it's still pretty sharp. Now the other day I dropped my X-Acto knife, and my wife was going to come in. I didn't let her come in the room. Nobody came in the room until I found the blade, So that's something you do not want to, take lightly. Once you drop X-Acto knife or X-Acto blade, you stop what you're doing and you find that blade, my friend, because that's crazy sharp. That's basically surgical. That's a scalpel, my friend. That can do serious harm. If you're not careful, you can sever a nerve. You can do damage. So you're very careful with your tools. Now, like I said, It might look like I'm nonchalant, but I'm practiced with this, my friend. I still follow a lot of safety rules, and I've been handling these things so long that I kind of know how, without even thinking about it, you know. Okay, that's pretty good. I already got all the seam lines off of this already. Okay, you make sure you put it where it's not going to roll. Okay, here we go. Now this guy barely fits on there, but it's going to work. You're not going to notice because it's black robes. You know, only difference is this guy's going to have long sleeves instead of the short sleeves the old models came with. Yeah. Now this one, there it goes. Going to have to hold in place. Perfect, perfect. I had to try them all. Now there was another guy who had the funny face that looked like he was straining to throw it, but man, it didn't want to fit on his body. You know, but this one fits pretty good. So it gets pretty nice. Okay, and it's a snug fit. So that looks pretty nice. It's nice when you can use, you know, when you can reuse bits. Now I'm glad I was able to reuse this because I wouldn't use this net for anything else because it has the two arms attached. So that's perfect. So happy, friends. We're almost ready for these units to be done. Getting so close now. We're getting so close. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to this. Okay, hold on. That's him, that's him, that's him, that's him. Okay, he needs, this is going to be his weapon right here. Okay, that's him. Okay, here we go. Yep. Now, I did use some cool zombie bits. Okay, so now there's like 4 Night Goblins where out of their hoods they have a bone coming out, right? So out of those 4, I used the zombie bits. So on the zombie bits, okay, hold on. So there's one zombie bit. Let's see if I still have it. Oh God, I might have cut them all up. There's a zombie bit where he's holding like a leg bone, okay? So that's what this is. So if you look, he's holding a leg bone. It's definitely a big, it's giant, but it's a leg bone. That's pretty neat, okay? I got 2 guys holding those, okay? And then the other cool one, oh, this is my favorite, is there's a zombie bit where a zombie's holding a leg, right? So watch, check that, look. Look, he's holding a leg, dude. He's going to slap you with a leg. Isn't that cool? I got 2 guys like this. And of course I'll paint it flesh colored. But yep. God, I wish I would have had more, but I only used them on the guys that have the bones. So that way it seems like they're like kind of ghoulish, you know. Oh, here's the other guy. Look, here's the other guy. Now he has it, I have it positioned differently, like he's going to backslap you with it. See? Look how cool that looks. If you look at it close, there's like a bone coming out. So the end of this thing there, it kind of gives it look like it's part of the bone. I'll paint it white. Dude, I can't wait to get these on the table. I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. So hold on. The next time we're together, we'll be painting these guys. Hopefully, well, because you need, now my friends in the UK, you know how it is about bad weather and primer, okay? A lot of my friends here in the USA, we don't have that problem as much, okay? In certain parts of the region, we're a lot warmer, okay? I live in the high desert, so we get warm and cold both. Now I had a sunny day, so I was planning on primering stuff tomorrow. You know, getting all these guys primered. I'll just have to put it off for a couple of days. That's all. Now here's another guy. Let's get this going, my friend. We're almost done. Is that? Should I trim that a little bit lower? Hold on. You know what? That's a little long, my friend. We're gonna cut this just a tad. We're gonna cut this just a hair. There it goes. Yeah. See, that looks better. Yeah, that's better. That looks a lot better. Not as long. I'm just tapering it down to a little bit of a point at the end. So it fits a little better. Yeah. But yeah, that's the great part about bits, you know. Cause see, that's what I was doing with my zombies. When I had my zombies, you'll see when I break up my VC, I took my zombies and I put a lot of Empire arms on them since they're humans. Well, that one matched up really nice. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Now this guy was a little harder because this is the one where the spear is at the weird angle like this. So I had to do a lot of arm carving. It was this one right here where the spear is like hugged onto his elbow. Fortunately, I only had like 3 of those I had to use. So it wasn't too bad. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks natural. Okay, that's going to be this guy right here. All my friends are almost ready to glue. And how's it been? Oh, it's only been 36 minutes. We're doing really good. We still got like a good 20 minutes. We actually start gluing things down. Very excited. And of course, I bought these bases. Now these are from the Easy Pegs. I got these in Amazon, okay? Now, okay, my friends, I'm not being sponsored by anybody, so I just look for the best steel I could find. Now, these guys have a textured top, which was very important to me, so things could grab, you know. And they look pretty good. They had a sharp edge. I saw some MDF ones that were super cheap, but they look super cheap. Yeah, so this was 100 for $12.99. So I'm going to use up at least half of them really quick. Oh God, pardon me. Okay. Now let's just double check. Oh, now this one I didn't clean off. Hold on. It's a good thing I saw it. There's a little bit of a sprue line there still from when it was attached. Okay, there we go. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, we're good there. Now this little hand weapon was actually an extra one from this force. So since I did a command, I had an extra weapon from this particular model. So I wish I would have had more, but I only had one. But it's enough to tie it into this unit. It's kind of cool. No one's going to notice but me, but I still think it's cool. Okay, there we go. Now the neat part about it is we're about ready to start gluing, my friend. Now one thing I noticed is it's been about a good 10 years since I put these guys together, and I notice I'm having a little harder time. Not with my hands shaking, I have very steady hands. It's the eyes, my friend, so you can't tell, but these are bifocals, okay? So there's been a couple of times where I've had to break out the magnifying glass, all right? Same thing, what I'm doing is I'm lining it up to where the thumb and the hand is. I'm making sure it looks straight there, not straight from the side, but straight from this angle here, because if I can make it look straight there, then more often than not, it's going to look more natural. It's not going to be like this, like the weapons turn at this angle, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. Okay, that's already setting already. Nice. Okay, there we go. Wonderful, my friends. Okay. Gonna give these guys just a second. So, because I was talking about the eyes, so I got this great. This is made by Otlite. Okay, I used to be a picture framer for 28 years, and I worked in an art store. This is the first time I really didn't work at an art store. This has a nice weighted base, and this has a great magnifying lens. It's pretty strong. It actually has 2 sections. So it has like a little tiny area for close-up and the general area there. Now I don't dare use it on this because this is just a mason on those tubs. This will knock it over. So eventually I'm hoping to get a better desk in here, you know, but right now I'm still moving stuff around, you know. But you know, you got to have the right tools for the job, you know. So now 10 years ago, I didn't really have to use that, you know. And this was basically for my picture framing thing for detail work and, you know, doing like detail art painting and stuff, you know. I didn't really use it for general putting stuff together, you know. Okay, let's start gluing stuff down. Okay, so we're going to do now these guys, we're going to let these guys sit aside. I don't want to try to glue on the arms on them just yet. We're going to give it a few more minutes. So what we can do is we can start getting some of these guys ready to go, you know. Now my command, basically I haven't, oh wait, where's the guy? Yeah, this is it. He's right. Where's he at? Shoot. Where'd he go? Yeah, this is him right here. Yeah. So what I'll do is normally I glue this all together, but since it's a banner, I'll glue the arm on. What I'll do is when I primer it, I'll put a little piece of tape so the end stays gray here and stays gray here, so I get a good glue bond, okay? So I'll put a little piece of masking tape on that before I glue that guy down. But yeah, friends, I'm very excited about this. Now I kind of figure these guys, I'm gonna glue toward the back of the base so I can have room in the front for like little bits and bobs, you know, some tufts of thing. So now most of these weapons there's a couple reaching forward where I kind of overdid it, so I just got to make sure those guys are kind of hanging on the back, okay? So let's get busy and start gluing some guys together. Dude, I'm so happy and excited about this. I can't tell you, it's been 10 years. It's been a decade. 2014 is the last time you know, and basically, you know, that's, you know, it's like, I'm so glad to get back into it. This feels so comfortable to be in front of your table with your models. Now, normally, my friends, I would have music going or like a stream talking about the game. But since I'm going to be broadcasting that, and that's a no-no. You know, I don't want to get in trouble. You know, so I apologize about the lack of sound. You know, but hopefully I talk enough to keep you guys occupied and entertained. Dude, look, we're gluing guys down to bases. We are one step closer to playing the game. One step closer, my friends. One step. Now these guys, their weapons outreach a little bit more, so they'll go kind of more in the back. And then I'll have a guy, you know. Yeah, that's going to work good. Oh, God, I'm so excited, friends. I can't wait to get started on these. Now, these guys are going to paint up pretty fast because I'm using black primer. So basically, pardon me, all I have to do is paint the weapons, shields, and the skin. So what I'll do is I'll have, oh God, that's going to be so fun, dude. Oh, you know, I should move him over. Hold on, wait. Oh, too late now. He's stuck that way. Oh, yeah, that's how he is. That's how you are, friend. Okay, that looks okay. He's a little to the side. That's all right. You want him kind of a little different anyway, so it looks like a unit. And I got all kinds of little bits. I got cool little mushrooms. I got like a bunch of arrows that I can cut and make them look like they're stuck in the ground, like they're getting shot at. So I'll be doing stuff like that, my friends. Now, it's really weird to be having these little guys on the orc-sized bases, but I can't tell you how awesome that is, because my friends, oh God, these guys were so hard to rank up back in the old days. Trying to get models on, especially when you had dynamic poses, you know, when you have these multi-part kits, like these Night Goblins, it's hard not to do the dynamic poses, my friend. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. Now this guy has to go a little more to the back. Now, I looked through all my supplies, you know, some of my glues are dried up, but like the static, static grass, the gravel, the sand, all the little rocks, that stuff doesn't go bad. So I'm still doing good there. Okay, we want a different weapon in front of this guy. Let's put this little dude with the sword in the front. We'll put him there. So after putting them together, I started being kind of conscious of not having to reach too forward. But you want your dynamic poses. Dynamic poses are fun because it makes it seem like they're alive. Like for example, like my skull pass guys, where they're all like this. It's kind of blah, my friend. I mean, it looks neat to have the sheer numbers, but they don't have no character. They don't have no character. They don't seem alive. Not like these other guys that you can kind of, even just twisting the arm a little bit between guys makes it look so much different. Nice, nice. Now this guy, should I move him a little more back? No, he's okay like that. So pretty much I'm putting all the guys kind of like back on the bases like this, so there's all room in the front, okay? And that way, these guys who reach over, they won't be overhanging so much. See, boom, there's room, which is nice. Because that was a big problem in 8th edition when everything was on 20s, because you're putting these guys with dynamic poses all cool on a 20-inch base, man, and so you had to rank them up on the bottom. So a lot of times on the bottom, you would have A, B, C, D, and have to arrange them a certain way or they wouldn't fit on the tray. So, yeah. Dude, I'm loving this. This feels so good. This feels so good to be putting these guys on bases. It sure is. This brings back so many fun memories. I can't wait to hang out with my friends who haven't seen in forever. And it's going to be nice to, to go to the game store and hang out and laugh and lose games. Maybe win a couple of games. But my friends, I don't plan on winning a lot of games. Not with the Night Goblins. No, no. Now my VC, that's going to be a different story, my friend. That's going to be a different story. I got all kinds of cool little things to put. I'm thinking maybe they put like little snotlings on the base of these guys, on a couple of them. I'm getting, the fact that these guys are on 25-inch bases gives them a lot of cool room to do neat things. So I'm really going to take advantage of that and do some cool decorating stuff you wouldn't do before, I'm so happy this is back. Hey, my friends, we're doing pretty good. I got my alarm clock set, So I don't want, because basically the washing machine and dryer is right across from my little studio room. And so my wife is waiting for me to finish this video so she can do laundry. Because if she's doing laundry, you won't hear me talk, I mean, it's not like loud where it's like uncomfortable being here. But, you'll hear it on the video. Okay, there we go. Oh, God, this is so awesome, my friends. Look at my little... Now, my wife likes to call them my dollies. I call them my troops. Dude, I can't wait. This is looking so fun already. So, yeah. So, for me, it's going to be about the combat resolution. Because I don't... they're not goblins, Now, my characters, they're not bad for the price, it's going to be... My army's going to run like on leadership like 6, my friend. But, but my bosses, they're going to have like, like 3 wounds, 2 wounds, It's like strength 4 and 5. But I have ways of, I have things I can do, I'm looking forward to it. Now, when I played in 8th edition, pretty much, my friends, I was about the hexes and the buffs. That's the kind of magic. Now, my BC was a little different. That was about the raising and taking people out. But with the Night Goblins, it was all about trying to buff up your troops and trying to put hexes on your opponents, I'm looking forward to this. Well, because what I plan on doing is I have enough troops. Now, the only things I don't really have, my friends, is I don't have goblin models, okay? Now, I only had 1 unit of goblin models, and that came in an edition box, and I traded them to an ogre player for some stuff, because he was using them as nobblers, okay? You know, he was basically he was proxy. So that's now I do have Goblin Wolf Riders. I got a lot of those. Okay, but I have enough orcs to run a greenskin army. Now what I planned on doing is I have at least 40 spider riders, okay? And then I have some savage orcs. So I'm planning on running like a jungle theme orc army, okay? Where it's all jungle theme. I got some savage shamans, I got some savage orc models, so that's gonna be a theme. Ooh, dude, this is gonna be fun. It's looking so nice. Make sure I'm grabbing the right models. I got 20 of these guys. Now what I'll do is I'll just primer these guys all, and then I'll do my I'll just base them pretty simple. Oh, I need to move him over a little bit more. Now this guy kind of hangs over a bit. That's okay, that's gonna look nice. Oh, look how fun this looks. Now these guys basically just had the arms and shields that you had to put on. That's the sprue right here. Now it also came with spearmen and archers, but I have plenty of those. So I went the hand weapon and shield option because they're back in the book before. Because one edition we had hand weapon shields. God, I want to say that was either 7th. And I know 8th edition we lost it. No, Skull Pass. Whenever the Skull Pass set came out, that might have been 7th edition. That's when we lost hand weapon shields for the Night Goblins. So it was like 6th was hand weapon shields. 7th was, 7th and 8th was just bows and spears for Night Goblins. And now we're back to hand weapon shields again, which is awesome. Even though it's not going to be the greatest combat, it's still fun to have that option. How are we doing on time, my friends? Oh God, we're almost at an hour. We got a lot done, friends. I felt like it's very productive. So the next time we visit together, we're going to have these guys primered and ready to paint. I really want to work on these guys and get them done, but I really have to let the weapons set so I don't mess them up. Sometimes you have to have patience. But the good part about this is we'll have all these guys glued down to the bases, no problem. I got all kinds of cool little bits. I got mushrooms, I got skulls, I got little pouches. So it's going to be kind of neat. I can't wait, my friends. So, now, I went down and talked to the game store owner. I've only been to the game store once. It's like a 17-mile run trip on one way, which is not bad, because if I want to go to a GW store, I got to drive for 6 hours one way. I got to go to a different state to go to a GW store. So I just do everything online, or third party through our game store. Okay, so, but I went down there, introduced myself, and so when I said, hey, my name's Ernie, blah, 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 and then he goes, oh, you're the guy with the YouTube channel. So he already knows I have a YouTube channel, okay? So I'm really hoping, if I'm very polite and respectful, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do some videos from the actual game store. So I'm going to talk to the gentleman again. I'm going to show him my channel, let him know I'm very respectful and that I won't be a nuisance. And so hopefully, my friends, keep your fingers crossed, we'll actually have content from inside a real game store. I'm excited. Maybe even a live stream one of these days. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not set up for portable. Unless I do it on the phone. Vertical live stream. Who knows? But yeah, my friend. Our friends, I should say. But yes. I want to thank you all for watching and liking my content. To be honest, my friends, when I made that first video of me going through the stuff from my closet, it's at 2,600 views. I never thought that was going to happen, my friends. Generally, I stream video games. Animal Crossing and cute games, and games like that, VR games, So I'm very excited, and I'm very happy. That's something I love to do, is also getting attention. So now it's part of my channel. So, dude, I can't wait to paint these guys. So basically, I'll be using yellows, reds, browns, metallics. I'll be using a gray as a highlight. I'll need a green wash for the faces. So with the Night Goblins, it's a pretty easy color scheme. Now I've seen it where they've had the black robes and a different color hood. That looks pretty cool, but I got to think about that because I have 130 spearmen. So I got to say, am I willing to do that? No, I can save time by just having to be black. Now I can always do. Now if I want to do that, I can always have just my bowmen have red hoods. Because I only have like 40 of those guys, only 40, you know. So yeah. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. I want to make my guys stand out. Now, fortunately for me, in the group that we're playing in, I'm going to be the only person running Night Goblins, okay? So far we have, we got another orc player, we have a dwarf player. Oh God, what else did he say we had? Oh geez, what was it? There was another one. Was it Chaos? Was it, I'll have to find out. But there's other people playing, and it's people from the old group I belonged in. So I'm very happy. This is people I haven't played games with in over 10 years, you know. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I can't wait, my friends. It's so heartwarming. We're going to keep on gluing. Going to keep on gluing until the alarm goes off. We have, I don't know, how much time do you have left? I'm not even going to waste time looking at the clock. That's taking away hobby time, watching that clock. Oh, my friends, it's that time. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to hit the snooze button, and we're going to squeeze in 5 more minutes of fun. I'm just going to play video games after this. Yeah, I have to do... It's so funny. I talk about my channel, and I tell my honey pie, oh, hon, I got to go in the office and get ready for my stream and get prepping, which means basically I start playing video games. I play Animal Crossing, my friend, and it's like, you know, look it up. But, you know, just come on, guy. You got to, this one sits a little funky. There it goes. Yeah, there was a couple that had kind of funky footing where they didn't want to stand up, even, you know, there you go. Yeah, so there it is. Okay, perfect. Nice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Hey, we're almost done. Now, once the alarm goes off again, I'll have to say goodbye, okay? Because I do got to get some stuff done before I stream. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. It's awesome that we have this hobby we share and love together. Dude, as an old veteran player, as an old guy, you know, I'm so happy this is back. Now, I have no ill feelings for Age of Sigmar. I was going to try to play, okay? That didn't bother me at all. I know GW is a business. I was all good with it, my friend. But the thing I had, you know, is just nobody wanted to play in my area. So you know, luckily I didn't buy a lot of models. Thank goodness I didn't convert all my stuff like I was going to, you know, because nobody played, you know. Me and my friend Jessie were the only ones playing Age of Sigmar, and after trying for about a month, trying to get people in there, we kind of gave up. And that's when I stopped playing GW products. I started playing Zombicide. I'll talk about that in a different video. I love board games. I've always been a game player. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since 1980, my friends. I was still in high school. The math teacher introduced me to it. Oh God, I can't wait to get these guys on the table. I need to move him over just a hair before he glues down. He was a little too close to the edge. Yep. Oh, look, check this out. Watch. Look how old that D&D set is, my friend. Yep. This dude is ancient, dude. This thing is old. Look at these dice, dude. Look how funky these dice are, dude. These dice are probably older than some of the people watching this video. Look at that. So, hold on. Okay. How much was this box set? Oh, this was $9.95, my friends, but this was $9.95 and 1978. So this edition's from 1978. This is not a first printing. This is a second edition. But you can tell it's pretty old. It's sun faded. Okay, I used to use this. Now I was always very careful of my things, you know. And then look, these are those cool D&D adventure books where like you turn to page 5, page 7. These guys are pretty old too. How old are these? $1983. So my friends, I was only out of high school for 2 years when that book came out. I've always been a nerd, my friends. I've always loved this kind of hobbies and stuff. Basically, I got this box set. I fell in love with the game, and then went and started buying the books. And I, you know, that was, and that just got put in the shelf. That's why it's so nice, you know. Well, I still got a couple of guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's 4 guys left at blue, but we're going to do that later, my friends. I want to thank you all for just hanging out, my friends. You know, it's really nice that we can all share this hobby together, you know. And you know, if your significant other teases you about your game, and that's okay, because that means they're just, you know, they kind of accept it and they're just ribbing you, you know. Now, I've known some people who their SOs didn't like them playing this and they kind of quit, and then, you know, they regretted it because that person left their life, you know. If the person loves you, they're going to love and support what your hobbies are, because that's part of you. I've been very fortunate that my wife is okay with me being a giant nerd, okay? I got all kinds of game stuff. It's been decades and decades of collecting, my friend. And so, and I've been very fortunate that my wife has either been okay with me playing these games, or she played with me, you know, as we, you know, side by side. So I've been very fortunate, you know. Not all men are that lucky. I've been very blessed having a nerd wife, you know. And me and my wife, our first date was in 1977, friends. We went and saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind. She was wearing a Star Wars shirt. I was wearing a Star Trek shirt. We were nerds. We were made for each other, my friends. We go together like Spock and the Vulcan Pinch, you know. It's awesome, like Bones and Spock. She calls me Spock, I call her Bones. Because I'm very analytical. I overthink things. She's emotional, you know, because I love her. But you know what? I love this game too, and I love you guys. Even though I never met you in person, we're sharing this time, my friends. This is like a one-on-one. This is like me and you hanging out in the same room, having hobby time together, you know. And I hope you guys stick around, because my friends, I'm flabbergasted. You know, when I made that Warhammer video, I wasn't expecting the views. I figured, oh yeah, a couple of people will watch it. You know, it's an old hobby, blah blah blah. I was not expecting it. It's still getting watched. So I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. You know, and I promise a video a week, my friends. And then eventually, I'm gonna work it where I can hopefully stream from a game store. Cause you know, I'm serious about streaming. For me, it's been about video games. I'm just ecstatic that could be Warhammer 2. And that's like frosting on the cake, my friends. So, the next time you see me, we'll be painting these guys. And then maybe after that, we'll actually be playing some games. How cool will that be? You guys have a great day, my friends. Thank you. Thank you so much. I gotta go play video games now. Man, my life is so hard. Bye, friends.